my name is Nadi Darling, and today I'll be presenting my demonstration speech. My father is a chemical operator at New Jersey's chemical power plant. His side hobby, however, is woodworking. He ended up creating a company called the Wood Monkey Garage and started selling his pieces. One of his earlier works he created was our coffee table. It is a short table in the living room on unstable legs, uneven woods, and has many splinters. Our family loved it, however, he wasn't proud of it and didn't like it. Today, I will talk about how me and my dad ended up making a new coffee table called the Infinity Table. The first step to building it is knowing the background and concept of it. Then, the first 2 days were spent getting the bulk of building and assembling done, and the last day we finally assembled everything together, made final touches, and moved it inside. It started on September 11th, 2023, wherein I got an email from my assistant principal in senior year. The email told me that there were PSATs being taken on October 6th. However, if seniors met the requirement for PSATs, they had two options. They could sit in the school's Performing Arts Center for the 4-hour period that it takes to take the test, or they could have 4 hours of community service and have their absence excused. Community service could range from helping in a local shelter to shadowing a parent or guardian while they work. Unfortunately, my dad's job requires me to be older than 18 to be on site, and my mom worked from home. I thought I'd have to sit the 4 hours in school with nothing to do and no friends to entertain me. That is, until my dad told me I can help him in his job as it was a registered business and job. Not only was I getting out of school, I could build something amazing with my dad. The project he designed for us was called the Infinity Table. It is a complex design table, and my dad added his own spin to the original idea. The idea is, by using a two-way mirror, a regular mirror, and a light, the table would have an illusion of having a greater depth than it actually does. As stated in the article Infinity Mirror Coffee Table Building Tutorial on the Woodwork Junkie website, Jean states that an illusion is obtained when light bounces between two reflective surfaces, and one of these surfaces is slightly transparent. The transparent surface allows the observer to view the movement of the light from outside the box, creating the illusion of staring into infinity. The plan was simple. Me and my dad would get the needed wood, measure it, cut it, and stain it, and then install the light fixture and mirrors. We'd assemble everything together, transport it from my dad's wood shop in the backyard into our living room. Now that you know the background as to why we built the table, along with the design of it, we'll now talk about when we started building it. The first day of building was September 30th, 2023. We started by getting 4 planks of wood from the H.H. Hankins & Brother, which is a wood and hardware supply store in Bridgeton. We brought 8 planks home and then cut them into 16 planks total. 8 of them were 3 feet long, and then the other 8 were 2 feet and 1 inch long. We then took all 16 planks and burned them to create the aesthetic we wanted. We used a flamethrower outside the wood shop and would prop up the wood on a table at an angle and then burn it, and then we would flip the wood and then burn it again. After we finished the front and back, we would take the pieces of wood inside the wood shop and then burn them with a blowtorch to burn the edges. We finished the day off by cutting holes into the sides of the wood for dowels. The dowels are used to connect the layers together. The next day we were able to work on with the table was October 2nd. This day we added an extra detail, which was a ladder. We decided to do it because we thought it would look cool, and personally I think it does. We used nearly the rest of the wood to cut 8 smaller planks and then cut them to make them thinner. We repeated the process of burning the 8 pieces of wood using the flamethrower and then the blowtorch. We screwed the planks together, but we didn't install the ladder just yet. We attached the larger planks together, making a 36-inch by 25.2-inch rectangle with wood, and then we did this 4 different times, giving us 4 layers of wood. My dad ended up cutting his thumb that night and bleeding, so we called it a day. Thus far, we covered the reason for making the table, the concept for the table, and the beginning days of our execution for the table. Following this, we will discuss the final day as well as the final touches we did. We started October 6th by taking the remaining wood to create a strong base for the mirrors. We had 3 planks of wood which were cut to this length of the table and then burned. 1 plank was placed on the left, 1 on the right, and then 1 in the middle for maximum support. We then screwed the pieces to the bottom layer of the table. Using the dowel holes and dowels, we connected each layer of wood to the table together. Thankfully, my mom had ordered not only the two-way mirror, but also the regular mirror for us. We placed the regular mirror on the bottom and then moved on to the next step. This step was all my dad. He cut a hole into the table and fit a previously bought light bulb through it and rewired the light to get it into the ideal spot. Throughout the week, me, my mom, and my dad had been visiting antique shop after antique shop, searching for the right cage to put around the bulb. A bulb cage is simply a metal encasing to protect the light, but we thought it would also look cool. Eventually, we found one that we liked the look of and fit our cutout. My dad installed the cage, and then we all took a trip to a shop called Smith's Lumber in Quinton. My dad had previously ordered a glass that would fit the indent of the table, and we picked it up and brought it home. The reason for the glass is to keep the flimsy mirror on the top of the table stable and supportive. After everything was put together, we loaded the table back into the back of my dad's truck and then drove to the front of the house. We then carried the table inside and put it in the living room. The light fixture we bought was a Bluetooth LED light bulb that could be controlled from a phone, and then you could change the color of the light. Overall, we spent 3 days on the table, amounting to over 8 hours of hard work. In conclusion, we have talked about the beginning push to make the table, as well as the original concept for it. Next, we discussed the two first days of building, including getting the wood, cutting it to shape, and burning it. Last, we briefed the last day. We briefed the last day of construction, a day full of using the remaining wood, the two-way mirror, regular glass, regular mirror, and then moving the table inside. This is a video of the table after production. This video was taken by my mom after we moved it inside the house. Over here you can see the table going down, and then the light also being reflected by the bottom layer of the mirror. After building the table, our family has since had many guests over, due to dinners, holidays, parties, and get-togethers. Every time someone new comes to our house, my dad yells my name and asks me to turn my table on. I get the satisfaction of turning on the LED bulb and changing the color of the table, while guests are amazed at the illusion of me and my dad's infinity table. Thank you.
Wow.